Welcome, welcome, welcome everybody to the live stream. My name is Amista and I'm here to do some tarot reading and just talk with some people and just enjoy a little bit of time interacting. Right now what I'm doing is I'm clearing the cards. The first spread that we're going to look at is going to be what is our best advice for manifesting over the next 24 hours. So even if you don't see this chat while it's live, you can still get your energy in on that. So be thinking about what is it that you want to manifest. And then we'll look at the next step, or what's best to manifest over the next, or what's best to create that manifestation over the next 24 hours. Let me just clear these cards. Trying to be fast, fast, fast. I do like to clear the cards on camera. That does give people time to come into the room before we start doing our little tarot readings. That way, because I don't schedule these readings, that gives people a chance to show up. Nomad, hello, hello. Glad to see you back, my friend. Glad you're here. I need to clear my Lenormand and then we're on the way. Thank you for that thumbs up already. I appreciate it. Don't forget to share the video if you don't mind. That way I can reach for more people. That always makes me happy. The more people I can touch, the happier I am. I like that ripple effect out into the world. It's nice to get that ripple effect going, being able to help people with clarity and focus and maybe even a little bit of motivation and brightness along the way as well. All right, what do we have? All right. Okay, let's take a peek. You're working from home. Very cool. I think working from home is kind of overrated because I do it a lot myself. What I find is I end up doing a lot more work than if I actually had to go to an office and work. It's like I don't know when to stop. Of course, I guess it makes a difference that I do my own thing. All right, so best manifestation advice over the next 24 hours. Yes, I can do all the things when I'm at home. All right. Best manifestation advice. Look at this. Interesting. We start off with the Six of Cups coming up in reverse, followed by the Wheel also in reverse, followed by the Three of Pentacles. So very interesting. This tells me that there's something that we've actually learned from the past. With the Six of Cups in reverse, we had something that really didn't work out before, especially when it came to how we felt about it emotionally. This could be a relationship, it could be a business project, but we really didn't have a good feeling about it. Well, we didn't have a good feeling about it because it wasn't the right time yet. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse says it's not really time, that this thing is going to take some patience. And I think what we've got going on now, Three of Pentacles here, talks about this idea of collaborating with somebody to move forward. I think since we've got this idea of, this is something from the past that did not work out because the timing wasn't right, this kind of implies maybe the timing is right now to collaborate with somebody and move something forward. Maybe before somebody couldn't collaborate with us, but now they can. Or maybe the world wasn't ready for our project, but now it is. So that's very interesting. It's time to start that collaboration, even if it didn't work out before. If it was super slow, then we want to keep working with it. Hello there, Cheryl. Welcome, welcome. Yeah. It can be the mindset wasn't right. Maybe the mindset is right now. That could be as well. All right, so let's see. It looks like we've got 4 people in the room. I'm going to pick a number between 1 and 8, and I'm going to write it down and circle it right now. Whoever puts that number in the chat first will be the first person that I read for in the live stream today. Number between 1 and 8. 5 is not it. 2 is not it. 6 is not it. 6 is still not it. You guys are on the same page with each other. 3 is not it. 8 is not it. 9 is not it. It is a number between 1 and 8. 1 is not it. 4 is not it. 7 is it. Cheryl Ford takes it away with that 7. Okay, Cheryl Ford. Do you have a question for me today, or do you want a message from Spirit, my friend? Thank you for the thumbs ups. I appreciate those, guys. Please remember to share this video with others who would like to get a reading today. Message from Spirit for Cheryl. All right, let's see what we have. Everybody else, be on the lookout for a piggyback reading. This is interesting. So Cheryl, what we have here is we have a King of Cups coming up in reverse that's covered by the Chariot in reverse. I think you've got somebody in your sphere of influence who's not very happy, maybe even a little PO'd, because some kind of trip got canceled, or there's something wrong with their transportation or something like that. But there's something here about taking a trip or about transportation that things are not going well. So maybe the trip got delayed, or maybe the vehicle is needing some maintenance before you take the trip, or maybe the vehicle just needs maintenance with the Chariot in reverse. But anyway, this person is not happy about that idea. Okay, so right, it's nice when you've got something to look forward to. It sucks when you can't go. All right, so that's somebody in your sphere of influence, Cheryl. Let's see your best advice or heads up around this. Here we have, and usually if somebody in your sphere of influence shows up in your reading, it just tells me that they have a big influence on your life. We have the Ace of Pentacles coming up in reverse. This talks about some kind of second chance. So they may get a second chance to go on this trip. We have the 5 of Swords. Very interesting. So they have a second chance, but they're fighting about it. There's some kind of argument or debate. Well, why? Because they're having such a negative attitude about not getting to go in the first place that now when they have a second chance, they're being all pissy about it. And they're saying, well, if I didn't get to go then I don't know that if I want to go later, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. Okay? So they have a second chance, but they're fighting with that second chance. There's some internal resistance going on for sure. And look at this, the High Priest, they're really committed to the idea of fighting with that second chance. It looks to me like this person is so disappointed about the idea of not getting to go the original time that was planned. Now, even though they have a second chance to go, they're really committed to fighting about this because they let their energy go into a negative space, and now they can't even receive the good that's showing up in front of them. I don't know what you're supposed to do with that, but that's your insight. I doubt if it's advice, but it's your insight. So you know what's making that person tick, Cheryl. I hope that makes sense for you. Oh, Boo is right. All right, let's see. We've got 2 in the room. 2 in the room. That means we've got Cheryl and Nomad. So that means Nomad, you are up next. Do you have a question for me today, or do you want a message from Spirit? Boop-a-doo-doo-doo-doo. Don't forget to share this video with other people. I'd like to read for more than 2 people today. Message from Spirit for Nomad. What do we have? What do we have for Nomad? Everybody else, be on the lookout for a piggyback reading. See if you get a piggyback off of this. You're quite welcome, Cheryl. Did it make sense yet? Has it happened yet? Or is this going to be something that happens within the next couple of days? The snow may have something to do with it. You might be right. Okay, message for Nomad. All right, anybody else who wants a message, you got to say hi. Let me know you're in the room. Let's see here. Nomad, we have the 9 of Swords showing up for you. First card. This talks about stress. We're in stress. Hello there, Dream. Glad you're here. And then we have the Prince of Swords. So this is interesting with that. Nine of Swords and the Prince of Swords. This is telling me that there's been some kind of conversation, or there will be some kind of conversation that has you stressing out. All right. So let's look at your best advice or your insight around that. Lady J, welcome back. Hasn't happened yet. Okay, well, keep your eye out. That should be interesting. Ba-bum, bum, bum. All right. Best advice or heads up. Look at this. We have the Tower card showing up here. This is some kind of shakeup of something that made you feel secure at one point, but now it's kind of like busted down to the point it doesn't make you feel secure anymore. It's kind of shaking up your security, forces you to look for something else to make you feel secure. So this conversation may be what has informed you of the Tower, or maybe even instigated the Tower. With the Nine of Wands coming up in reverse, this really says that whatever is this information that comes in that shakes things up for you, you're not prepared for it. You're not expecting it. Now, this is interesting, though, because look where we end. We end with the King of Cups. And the King of Cups tells me, I'm very happy with this. I'm very satisfied with this. So you do have a Tower. It's a big shakeup. You're not really prepared for it. At the same time, you are actually really happy with it. So I think you're looking at whatever this is and you're finding it to be a relief at a minimum, maybe even happiness making right off the bat. But definitely it gives you a chance to go out there and look for something to replace this old thing that made you feel secure. All right. And I think you're happy about that. Maybe you were already thinking about replacing it. This just gives you the time and the freedom to do that. But it does kind of take your breath away at first. We see that stress coming in. I wouldn't stress. The ending is a happy one. Okay, so we have 7 people in the room. I'm going to pick a number between 1 and 14. If anybody would like to have a reading, you just want to put that number in the chat first, and that will be the next person I read for. Number between 1 and 14. Sounds like work. Kind of felt workish as well. Okay, so let's see. 3 is not it. 10 is not it. Lioness, kitty cat. Hello, hello, welcome. My spirit animal that's been with me since I was a little one is a lioness. Very cool. Let's see. 6 is not it. 11 is not it. 8 is not it. Gotcha. Gotcha. That's very interesting about not knowing how to start. I think you're going to start by tearing things down. 7 is not it. 12 is not it. 4 is not it. 14 is not it. Number between 1 and 14. 1 is not it. So far, I haven't seen my number yet. 2 is not it. 3 is not it. You're good at that. What kind of work do you do, Nomad? 5 is not it. Lady J takes it away with the 13. She got into the chat first. Everybody else be on the lookout for a piggyback reading off of Lady J's reading. So Lady J, do you have a question for me today, or do you want a message from Spirit? Guys, if you want to catch more live streams like this, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the bell button and turn on your notifications on your device. And hotels. Okay. Well, that makes sense why you would have Nomad for a name. You guys hear my chickens in the background? Well, they're not my chickens, my roommate's chickens. Can you hear them? Lady J, do you have a question for me, or do you want a message from Spirit? Will Joseph and I meet up soon? What's your name, honey bunny? First name only. Okay, that's cool. I was just wondering. It's not constant, but every once in a while. They like to come up to my window up here in the corner and say hi to me. Virginia. Okay. All right, so Virginia wants to know, will she and Joseph meet up soon? Will Virginia and Joseph be meeting up soon? Let's define soon. Let's say within the next 2 weeks. Will Virginia and Joseph be meeting up within the next 2 weeks? Boopity doo 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 doo. I'm going to say no. And I'm going to look at why. I don't think you're going to meet up within the next 2 weeks. In fact, I'm not so sure that you're actually thrilled about meeting Joseph by the time 2 weeks go by, tell you the truth. Now, here's why. You start off with the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles says, you know what, I'm really kind of focused on this meeting, not necessarily obsessing about it, but, I'm not really looking at a whole bunch of other options right now. Eight of Wands, though, talks about a lack of communication or a slowdown in communication. Well, we don't like to see that. Queen of Wands talks about, I really don't know what to do to change this slowdown in communication. Normally, I can get people to talk to me pretty easily. Ace of Pentacles talks about some kind of opportunity or a new opportunity coming into you. And then we have that followed by the Six of Wands. Virginia, I think you're going into another relationship before at the very end of 2 weeks from now, and it's not with Joseph. And so I don't really see you guys meeting within the next 2 weeks. Maybe not at all, but definitely not within the next 2 weeks. I think they are too. I think we make them that way. We just overthink them till there's nothing left. All right, so we've got 7 in the room. I'm picking a number between 1 and 14. Whoever wants a reading, put that number in the chat first, and you'll be the next person I read for. Jen Davies walks in and just grabs it with an 11. All right, my friend. Do you have a specific question for me today, or do you want a message from Spirit? Hello there, Candy. You guys have not met up yet, and he wants to marry you? Geez, that's scary. Okay, a message. When people try to move that fast, like, no, run for the hills and don't look back. Run for the hills and don't look back. That's a bad indicator. All right, message from Spirit. All right, so let's see here. This is for drum. We have the Prince of Cups showing up first. We like this card. It's covered by the Two of Cups in reverse. So Two of Cups in reverse talks about this idea that there was something that I was really excited about, into, wanted to spend more time with, get to know better. Can be a person, can be an object, can be a project, can be a creative, a leisure time activity. But there's something that, the glitter has kind of fallen off of it. But we see with the Prince of Cups, this is you like trying to move forward with it anyway. Like maybe I'm trying to like renew that newness when things were still just sweet and beautiful and wonderful and fascinating and intriguing. So spending some time looking to see, can this be renewed if I put energy into it? Okay, now, best advice or heads up here. First of all, we have the 10 of Pentacles, which talks about stability and security, particularly with the family, but in general, stability and security. 6 of Swords talks about this idea of moving away from chaos and drama and into something more peaceful. Well, why? Because we want the stability and the security. And then we have the Three of Pentacles coming up in reverse, which basically says if you're running into something that is not drama and not chaos, then you don't want to be collaborating with somebody who's bringing the chaos, because you want your own stability and security. You don't want their cray-cray impacting yourself or impacting your life. So I hope that makes sense for you. And we're going to move on. We have 5 people in the room, number between 1 and 10. And I've written down and circled it. Whoever puts that in the chat first will be the next person I read for. Boo-ba-doo-doo-doo. Well, now you know for next time, Lady J. Just make sure you're subscribed and hit the notification button. Boo-ba-doo. You're quite welcome. Okay, so 7 is not it, 8 is not it, 6 is not it, 4 is not it. 9, dream. You took it away. Candy B, welcome, welcome. Okay, so dream. First of all, what is your real first name only? And then secondly, do you have a question for me, or do you want a message from Spirit? How is everybody today while we've got a couple minutes? Message from Spirit. My name is Brandy. Thank you. I like to use first names to help me connect. Okay, so message from Spirit for Ms. Brandy, please. What would be the best message from Spirit for her today? I'm glad to hear that you are good. I'm fantastic. I'm alive. I'm breathing. I'm doing readings and Reiki. My YouTube's going viral. My client base is expanding. And my life is good, good, good. Good, good, good. And getting better all the time. Okay, Brandy, message from Spirit. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to use that affirmation. Boop-a-doo-doo, doo-doo. All right. Nobody else is telling me how they are. What do y'all think? I don't care how you are or something? Only Cheryl told me how she is. Okay, Brandy. What you have showing up here is the Strength card coming up in reverse, covered by the Three of Cups. This is interesting because this is talking about some kind of good time with friends or with colleagues, with somebody, you know, that you can really enjoy their presence. But with that Strength card in reverse, it may feel like that time just isn't long enough, or there's something not ideal about the setting. There's something going on with this time with friends that, you know, is not like it usually is. Okay, let's say that. Just chilling. Ooh, pizza sounds good. What kind are you making? What kind are you making? My favorite is bacon, onion, mushroom, and sometimes black olives. Little extra cheese doesn't hurt either. All right, best advice or heads up for our friendship situation. We have a Four of Cups coming up in reverse to start us off, followed by a Star card, also in reverse, followed by the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. I like how this ends. All right, so Four of Cups to start us off says, don't have a pity party. Don't do it. It says, look at the positives here. Look at the chance you actually had to hang out with your friends or whatever. Look at the positive. Look at the bright side. Where is that silver lining? Find that silver lining and focus on that. The Star card shows up in an interesting way. It basically says that, you know, there's a lack of idea about purpose. Like, why are you meeting with these people? You don't really quite know why you're meeting with these people. Maybe that's why this get together wasn't as strong as it could be with that Strength card in reverse. Once you start working out why you want to be speaking with these people, then we have the Ace of Pentacles. Here's a second chance. So maybe you offer to, hey, let's try this. Let's meet in this place and catch up and add to what we started there. So second chance coming up. Don't have a pity party. Sort out why it is that you want to talk to these people. That's going to help you come up with an ideal situation to actually be with your friends, and then do that second chance. All right. Ooh, supreme. I like supreme too. Okay, I hope that makes sense for you, Ms. Brandy. Ba-ba-da-ba. We have 3 people in the room now. Guys, don't forget to share this video out to others so I can read for as many people as possible. I'm going to pick a number between 1 and 6. I'm writing it down and circling it right now. Whoever puts that number in the chat next will be the next person that I read for. 5. Candy B took it away with that 5 straight up off the bat. Okay, Candy. Do you have a question for me today, or do you want a message from Spirit, my friend? YouTube says I have 3 people and I just got 4 responses. I think they're a little slow. Message from Spirit for Candy B. Candy B, have you been in my live streams before? I'm not sure if I recognize your name. I don't think so. Message from Spirit for Candy B. First time. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe, put a thumbs up, share the video if you can. Definitely turn on notifications so you can catch me live again, and make sure that you're getting notifications on your device as well. Okay, Miss Candace. Thank you. Is Candace what you go by, or do you go by Candy? I want to use the name that you actually go by. Thank you for the hearts, guys. I appreciate that. It is a good day to re-energize. You go by Candace. Okay. All right. So, best message from Spirit for Candace. What would you like to talk to her about today? Candace, Candace. Candace, Candace. Message from Spirit. Okay, let's see what we have. All right. You have some interesting stuff showing up here. We're going to start with your situation Spirit wants to talk to you about. What you need to know, since this is your first time in here, Candace, is I call these messages from Spirit. This is allowing Sacred Spirit to talk to you about whatever they want to talk to you about. I don't set the topic. I also don't set the time frame. So this could be past, it could be present, or it could be happening in the future. If it's happening in the future, that we're talking about within the next couple of days, probably. I like to say 2 weeks, but usually people tell me within the next 2 days at the longest before it actually happens. Now, looking at your situation, you have the 5 of Swords showing up in reverse. Now, this is being the peacemaker, or accepting something. This can be just accepting that, okay, we're not going to agree on this. Or this can be you being the peacemaker, like if you're having a disagreement with somebody else, or maybe you're the peacemaker between 2 parties who are not getting along very well. But there's also this idea of acceptance. Like, I'm accepting that this person this is the best they can do. For whatever reason and whatever way that applies. Now, with the 10 of Cups, this tells me why you're accepting that this is just the best this person can do. You're trying to find some peace. You're trying to find some happiness. And you're reaching a certain level of happiness just by accepting, okay, there's no point in fighting here. I just need to accept that this person is who they are and this is what it is. Let's just be happy with that. Let's find ways to appreciate that. Okay, so that's what we have right there. Now, let's look at, what do I drink for caffeine? Right now I'm drinking coffee. Tea is healthier, but I like my coffee. I'm also ADHD, so coffee usually does me good. Hello there, Anna. Welcome back. Okay, so Candy, best advice or heads up around this situation. We start off with the 5 of Pentacles, followed by Rebirth, followed by the Prince of Wands. Isn't that interesting? I'm fantastic, Anna. Thank you for asking. How are you? You're always the peacemaker, right? Sometimes the Spirit will tell us to stand up for ourselves too. Let's see. Now, 5 of Pentacles for that first card. That acknowledges that something happened that's disappointing. Okay, it may be something that where we're feeling a little bit left out socially, or it could be something where we just don't have the money that we thought we would have, but there's some kind of disappointment here. Now, so I'm going to say that's probably where the dispute came from that you had to make peace about or accept. The rebirth card really kind of plays into what we saw before about this idea of you're making peace because you want happiness, you want peace in your life and maybe even in your family. The rebirth says second chance. It says going back to the drawing board, starting back from scratch, basically. So you're giving somebody a second chance here by creating that peace. And the Prince of Wands. By actually giving them the second chance, we see them putting a lot of enthusiasm and energy into trying to do well this time. Now, will they be successful long term? I don't know. But at least what we see is really good intentions, and that is followed up with some really good actions. So we definitely see some forward progress just from the idea that you are sort of accepting that this is who this person is, and maybe this is the best that they can do so that you can have some peace, and acknowledging, okay, this is disappointing, but if I give this person a second chance, like they are sincerely working on making things better and enthusiastically working on making things better. So will that last? I don't know. That Prince of Wands, they can kind of burn bright and then fizzle out on you, but it could work. And if this person matures, he or she, if this person matures, then the King of Wands, once they get a little bit more maturity on them, whether it's age-wise or whether it's experience-wise, they generally tend to sort of calm down and get more focus on them. So could work out. Might, time will tell, but at least they have good intentions, which I think is important. A lot of times I don't see good intentions. I'm glad to hear that you are fine, Anna. Yes, time will tell. And that's something that we could always look at in a reading too, if you wanted to. I do offer personal readings, and you can find out about them on my website down below this video. Is it worth it for you to give this person a second chance or whatever? I would be happy to look at that for you in a reading. Anyway, you can check out my website and see if I'm the right reader for you. All right, let's see. What time is it? Let's do at least one more. I've got a Reiki session later, so I've got to get off in time to do that, but I think we've got time for one more. I'm going to pick a number between 1 and 14 and write it down and circle it. Those of you who would like to come back and catch these live spreads and maybe get a little reading, definitely subscribe, hit that notification bell, and make sure your notifications are turned on your devices so you'll know when I go live next time. 9 is not it. 13 is not it. 11, Nomad. Okay. All right, Desiree. I'm doing a card of the day for you, so just one card because I read for you already. Look at that, yes. All right, for Nomad, what do we have? What do we have? Card of the day. So this will be something that happened either within the past 24 hours or it'll happen by this time tomorrow. Nomad, Queen of Swords. It's time for you to be thinking about things logically. This is putting on our business hat. This is making plans, making strategies, following through with those, thinking about things logically, cutting out any BS. That's what this is. So either you have done that or you will be doing that. Maybe that's your normal MO even. All right, let's try this again. We've got 5 in the room. Boop-a-da-doo-doo. Okay. I've got a number circled. Whoever puts that number between 1 and 10 in the chat first will be the next person I read for. You're always a logical thinker. Yeah. Are you an air sign? 3 is not it. 8 is not it. 6 is not it. Number between 1 and 10. 5 is not it. 4, Jennifer. All right, same thing, card of the day. I know you probably want one for Andrew, don't you? You're in Aquarius. That makes sense. That you would be very illogical and sometimes overthink. The air signs tend to do that. I've got a lot of water in me. I can tend to be a little bit dramatic, emotional. Okay. See, you're getting me trained. All right. For Andrew, message from Spirit. Everybody else, be on the lookout for a piggyback reading. If you notice it resonating, please make good use of it for yourself. Anybody who has not, please put a thumbs up on this video. Much appreciated if you do. You're like that with emotion. Most of the air signs I know don't know how to deal with somebody that has emotions like me. They're like, can you please calm it down? All right, for Andrew. Andrew. All right. What do we have here? All right. Here's the thing. We have the Ace of Cups showing up here, which talks about new love or renewed love, usually for a person, but does not have to be. Can be for a project, a recreational activity, a hobby, a RC car, an object. Okay. Doesn't have to be an RC car. An object. That was just an example. Anyway, Queen of Pentacles coming up in reverse, covering. So this is interesting because what's going on, Andrew, is you're getting really fascinated and drawn into something to the point that you're not taking care of yourself. You're letting your self-care slip. All right. So that's what we have coming up. Best advice or heads up around this. Hanged Man. I think that you've already realized that this is going on. This Hanged Man is in reverse. Hanged Man in reverse says, I've been thinking about what to do about this already. And when he shows up in reverse, this says, I've actually got the answer. Now I just need to cut myself loose from this tree and get down and go do it. All right. Now, here's the thing. We have the Ace of Wands in reverse, which says, I really don't want to do it. Like, I know what I need to do, but I really don't want to do it. So here's the thing. Whatever this is that's fascinating you and drawing you in to the point that you're not taking care of yourself, you know what you need to do to take care of yourself. That's not really a mystery to you. You just don't feel like it. Okay. And then we have the Two of Swords coming up in reverse. Two of Swords in reverse says this is indecision. This is going back and forth. It's that whole seesaw of I should, I know, I don't want to, I'm not going to, but I should, I know, I don't want to, I'm not going to. This is not really taking any action. Okay. So that's really not advice as much as it's an insight into what's going on with you. And you should pay attention to that because, first of all, when we get into these situations, our immune system can start slipping. And also, so can our relationships with the people around us. All right. So take some action. Take care of yourself. You don't get to put yourself last to the point you have no time left over for you. All right. Mila, Mila. Hello, hello. Welcome. Glad you're here. You're a Cancer. You go from 0 to 100 quick. Yep. I've got 4 planets in Scorpio and my moon is in Pisces. I do too. I like to say I've got 2 speeds. Stop and go. I am fantastic, my dear. Hakeem the Dream. Welcome, welcome. Glad to see you back again. Unfortunately, guys, I have to take off because I have a little Reiki appointment that I need to do for somebody long distance. So I'm going to get out of here. You guys, thank you so much for keeping me company. Don't forget, if you want to catch me again live, definitely subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you want to get my newsletters, go to my website. That's listed in the description box and sign up for newsletters. I do predictions for everybody once a week in those newsletters. And of course, if you want a personal reading, all you have to do is reach out. All my contact information is on my website. Everybody have a fantastic day. Peace. out.